Hello friends, Namaste. It gives me a great pleasure to launch our new initiative called Lab Grown Diamond Conversation, LGD Conversations for short. This is an initiative from the Lab Grown Diamond Times team. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the overwhelming response that we have received from all of you to our magazine. So far we have published 5 magazines, and when we started our journey we were not very sure whether we will be able to give you new content every month. But we have crossed that bridge and we are very confident that we will be able to give you new stories, new content every month. But we also realized that a month is too long a period to wait. There are developments, news happening almost on a daily basis. And we thought, why not engage with the stakeholders of the lab-grown diamond industry, whether they are diamond growers or jewelry manufacturers, retailers, consumers. So with this perspective in mind, we set about the task of meeting people. And I am very happy to present to you today's episode, in which we have a conversation with Mr. Mehta. Nimesh Mehta doesn't ring a bell, but when I say Tony Mehta, everybody knows who Tony Mehta is. So that's his aura. He's known as Tony, and this is his first ever media interaction, and we are very happy that we have got the opportunity to engage in a conversation with him. So I will not take much of your time. Tony Bhai in this episode discusses his thought process, his business philosophies, his future plans. So over to Tony Bhai. If you see the Indian scenario, Indians have made rapid strides in the technology part. And if you're talking about CVD as such, HPHT of course China is much ahead. But as far as the CVD is concerned, I believe there are 2 or 3 pioneers. Sonani is one, Batwari is one, Mistries are one. So these companies actually have a lot of arrangements with people who have the vision, but they don't necessarily want to get into the technical aspects. So what has happened is, now there are big companies who want to enter the sector. So there are 2 ways of thinking. See, when you are talking about natural diamonds, you have been from the natural diamond industry. See, natural diamond mining is something which is beyond reach for businessmen of any size. But as far as the growing of diamond is concerned, of course it is tricky, but it is not rocket science, and things are getting better and better. So the 2 schools of thought, as I told you, is why not grow your own diamonds, so that you have end-to-end margins. Okay? The other way of thinking is why to grow, because suppliers are knocking your doors. Every day the prices are falling. So why get into it? So which school of thought do you belong?
So lab-grown diamonds is a long-term business. So any business you want to stay there for a long term. What I experience in natural diamonds as a trader. So I felt in this to grow diamonds, manufacture them the way you want it, the kind of supply whatever you want, whichever shapes or sizes you want, and with precision and multiple quantities of any kind of quantities for any kind of shapes, then this was the best way to go. So growing is always a better aspect than a trading aspect. So this is why the decision was taken that we should grow diamonds and manufacture them ourselves.
I got your point. So this growing part, is it 100% owned by you, or it is a joint venture?
So the growing part, it's a joint venture.
And I was going through the Cupid website. It is mainly about loose tools. So where are you in the journey? Are you an integrated manufacturer right from growing up to jewelry, or how is it?
So right now we are from growing to loose. Yes, we are into jewelry, but we outsource to manufacture the jewelry. And now very soon we'll be having a India operation. We'll be manufacturing jewelry in Mumbai Seeps, and then that will be exported all over the world.
Okay. Now, as far as the growing part is concerned, it is well understood that CVD, you have a JV with a grower. But when it comes to the smaller sizes of diamonds, you cannot ignore HPHC.
Yes.
Because that is the fashion segment, and that is going to be predominant for a number of years, because there are limitations in growing small size diamonds with CVD technology. Having said that, how is your product composition in terms of percentages? CVD, how much HPHT?
So HPHT is hardly 10%, and 90% is CVD.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am a little surprised because since you have a head office in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong is the gateway to China.
Right.
And China is very strong in HPHT.
Yeah. So we've done a lot of HPHT business also. It's a good chunk and part of it. But yes, it will grow gradually. Right now we are at hardly between 10 to 15% maximum.
Now, in the recent budget, if you, I am sure everybody is very excited with the kind of announcement. And if you see the measures which have been announced, not going to make a lot of difference, but what has happened is that people are enthused with the kind of confidence that the government has shown. And today what has happened is that when I am talking to a lot of retailers, they are saying, people are coming to us, what is this lab-grown diamond, we would like to see. Because budget speech is something people do understand or don't understand.
The whole world watches it.
Watch. So with that,
especially the whole of India is always watching.
Yeah.
And emphasize
whether they understand or they don't
Yeah.
understand. So what has happened is there is a lot of excitement, and people were sitting on the fence earlier. "Arey, wo chalu karega, so I will start." So I think the process is going to hasten. That is one part. The second part is government is also doesn't want to ignore the HPHT segment. So they are trying to create manufacturing hub in India. So, and people, when I'm talking to people like you, people like who are actually into growing, they say it is not possible because of the capital expenditure.
So this is technology. So with the time, of course, CVD technology is also going to improve over a period of time. With the kind of the government has announced to give 242 crores to Chennai IIT. I'm sure we have the best scientists in the world, and we will come up with a lot of new things this will support the business for sure.
So that is about the growing part, but what about the MPCVD reactor? What is your opinion?
So CVD reactors also will improve, and they are on the phase of improving after these 6-8 years of traditional growing. So it is also on the improvement part. There are always scientists who are innovating new things, and you will see a new revolution coming in the next 1 to 1.5 years.
So what has happened is, again, since
it will always become cost efficient and more challenging, more there will be more competition, more people will enter the business, so it's going to be all the way.
So what has happened is actually this Make in India government's dream. So MPCVD reactors have started, the manufacturing has already started in India. So people are very, very bullish about the prospect, because if you see SECI, which was a leader, now it is not anymore a leader, because a lot of alternative sources of supply have come. And they used to sell the machines, if I am not mistaken, at 3 crores. The Indian manufacturers have been able to offer 85-90 lakhs for the similar kind of. The another country.
So this can go further cheaper.
No, what has happened, I was coming to that only, and take your opinion also. See, assembling of machine, people have started doing it, quality is also improved. But when you are saying that Atmanirbhar or 100% made in India, that doesn't seem to be possible immediately, because the magnetrons or the solid state micro generators, those are capital intensive, power generation units are very expensive.
Right, yes. So that you are very much right there. So all these parts, components, what are imported, to make them 100% in India, this is going to take a challenging time, because there are so many different parts which are imported from all over the world, which are not that easy that everybody can manufacture, or it can be manufactured in India overnight, or even one company can start manufacturing and just start and make those same similar kind of parts with those kind of qualities or calibers what they are. Because in CVD machines or reactors, the parts are very very important. They are very very refined with a lot of precision. So it's not easy that you can manufacture these parts in India overnight. To take few years, yes, India is a very very clever. Like I said, we have the best scientists and the best manufacturers or producers in the world. But yes, it takes its own time to achieve some kind of pace or wherever we want to
That's
reach.
why perhaps IIT will actually make all the difference in the
Yeah,
future,
right,
because I've
right.
spoken to Dr. Rao and they have been working on this.
So what has happened actually is, as you rightly said, the microwaves which you are using as an appliance in your kitchen, magnetron for that also is still imported.
Right.
So while the technology is with the Japanese, but of
No,
course,
not only magnetrons, even the finest, the pipes for the gases, which to pass through to the machines are imported. We can't make them in India at this point of time. They are imported from Europe. So all these things are very minute things which we feel it's so easy to make these pipes. If you just watch a machine or a growing facility, you will feel that it's so easy to grow these, make these, manufacture these pipes and everything. No, so they are from different countries which make these fine refined pipes, which are like has to be a very perfect precision.
you're right. Actually, there is no plug and play as far as the growing of
So everything looks so easy. Talk is very very easy, but to go through this whole process and the challenge, it's not that it's easy for anybody else in the world to go and just do it and just to grow diamonds. So talk, it's very easy to talk about it, but to do it and then try to place them, the whole process is a process. It's not that it's that easy.
Understood. Now coming to the business part, the marketing part, where I think both of us have some kind of experience. See, the beauty of Indian businesses, especially diamonds and jewelry, you need only 3 members of the family. One sits in Hong Kong, one sits in New York, one sits in Bombay, and you have
Right.
global operation. So, having said that, I would like to know how your family business is structured.
So me and my 2 sons, actually.
One is Naman. Who is
Yes,
the other
Naman, Rusha.
one? Rusha.
Yeah, so we are 3 of us who've joined, and we are fully deeply engrossed in this business. Yes, we were in the natural. My younger son was in the natural diamonds.
Younger one is Rusha.
Naman.
Naman.
So,
He is based out of Surat, right?
no, he was in Bombay, Surat. Yes, right now he's in New York.
No, but where is he based? Normally.
New York.
Huh?
Now he's in New York, based in New York. Otherwise, we all were based originally out of Hong Kong.
Oh, and Rishabh?
In Hong Kong.
You know. So please continue.
Yeah.
So 3 of you.
So 3 of us have decided, and thank God we've got a fantastic team, all very loyal and honest people. Some family members, some non-family members, but as good as the Go Green family.
So what is your team size at the moment?
Basically, on which side? Growing side, manufacturing side.
Total, how many people?
So total altogether would be around like over 800 people.
800 people. And Hong Kong, India, and US. What is the
Different
break-
parts of the world. Yes.
What is the breakup roughly in percentage?
It's very difficult to emphasize that because it's right from Surat, and like then I have to go with certain calculations. I just don't want to throw a number, but all in all, around 800 people.
Okay. Now, as far as the business is concerned, you have operations in various parts of the world. So while everybody knows that US is the biggest consumer as of now, how are other countries shaping up? How the sales are shaping
So it's very much there in so many countries, and it's kind of it's a revolution. Like I said, it's going to be all over the world. It's a matter of another 2 years, and so all this you just mentioned something earlier about the pricing issue or something. So I can give you certain examples, but these prices are volatile. Yes, it's touching the bottom when it is off season, and when there's a season coming in, they suddenly inflate, and there's always a short supply at this point of time. It happens. It's not that it doesn't happen, and it's not that lab grown, it's just you put in a machine and it just comes out. It's not like that. So there are certain shortages when we need goods, yes, and when there are good decent chunk orders, it's not that easy that we can procure the goods so easily. Even being growers or a decent large grower, we need to always buy goods from the market. So it's not us, it's with everyone, with every grower. When they have some good programs, good orders, they need to buy from the market.
I understood. But sir, which are the markets which are showing decent uptakes? Because US, of course.
US is also, of course, the largest consumer of lab grown today. Australia and UK have been the second markets.
Second and third.
Yeah, second and third markets. And now, on a big size scale, China suddenly started lab grown this year, which I expected another 1.5 years to go. It would have started next year, but suddenly it has started this year. And the next after China is India, which I thought India would start earlier and China would be next. But China started earlier and now India will follow.
So that's always a learning experience. While we are talking, just about 3 or 4 months ago, there was a banking summit organized by the GJUC. There we had people who were present in the hall, and there were people who connected from the China. And what they are saying is the consumer acceptance is very, very low, and in terms of percentages, it is even lower than India. That was what told. But if in 3-4 months, if the things have changed, it is really shows the remarkable acceptance of this particular category.
So, diamonds, natural diamonds, okay? If we watch, it has an history, a legacy of so many years, okay? But almost close to 1%, okay? A little bit lower than 1%, consumers in the world buy diamonds, okay? With this costing and this pricing, with the same chemical, all the optical, all the compositions, okay, of a lab grown diamond, and is 100% same as a natural diamond. There are consumers with this affordability pricing. There will be 12 to 15% of the world who will be consumers who will be buying diamonds. So you can imagine the quantum of and the quantities what these diamonds will be sold. So it's too early right now. Basically, of course, the marketing and exploring, acceptance everywhere in the world has to happen. It takes its own pace, and this is going to happen soon in the next 2 years.
So now coming to the trade show part, what has happened is, if you are talking about the trade shows in India, there are 60 trade shows, small and big happening. But what the lab-grown exhibitors have found, that since the category is new, it's a new, every show brings something new to the table. So with that perspective, I'm sure your company must be participating in a lot of the trade shows.
So we participated in a few until last year, and this year we are getting more aggressive, and we're going to participate in a lot of shows in India also and all over the world. Yes, we've done shows in US every year since the last 7 years for lab grown. So, and this is also a revolution again. Before 8 years or 7 years, there was in one corner of the show, whether it is Hong Kong or US, there would be a small allotted corner for lab grown. And shockingly, over a period of these years, we've been seeing the prominence and the growth. Now the booths or the large booths or the space allocated is like almost like 15% of the whole show. Very soon you'll be seeing 30%, and I am expecting over a period of 3 to 4 years, 70% of the show will be a lab grown show. For any show.
What time frame are you saying?
Another 4 to 5 years.
Okay. Now I'll come to specific 3 shows which have just concluded. One is the Hong Kong show, one is the Shenzhen show, and the Munich show, and the Dubai show. So, what is your idea? How was the response? have people recovered their at least their cost? Because when you participate in a trade show, there is a lot of cost involved.
yeah.
You know, taking the booth and traveling.
Absolutely, there's a lot of time consumed, preparations for the show, preparation of the booth, preparation of the goods, and everything for displays, and then material, marketing material, and everything. So
These
yes,
four shows. What is your?
so I would say Hong Kong show was the best. Munich show was a bit untapped, but yes, it went okay. Dubai show, unfortunately, Dubai as a market or Middle East as a market is coming up very well for lab grown also, but the show didn't do that well. Whether it was the marketing of the show organizers, I'm not aware of that, but the show was not that great. Otherwise,
For lab grown.
for lab grown, no, even for natural.
Overall.
Frankly, overall the show was not good. So I would say for lab grown, Hong Kong show was the best.
And what about Vicenza?
Vicenza was okay. There were some acceptances. People wanted to understand, digest, and but Vicenza is more of a jewelry show, not a loose diamond show. So they already have a thought process now how to get into lab grown. Yes. So Europe has that acceptance, and it will be there.
See, correct me if I'm wrong. I have a luxury background. So the acceptance of lab grown in luxury segment have started in a small way. If you see Tag Heuer or if you see Breitling watches, they already started buying. So Vicenza show is very important because it's a gateway of Europe, so to say. So what I gather is, since you are not yet into the jewelry part, I got the feedback that people are looking at it because after France, Italy is the base.
Yeah, absolutely. So they are very keen, and Europe has started accepting it. There's no doubt about it. So even a Belgium office, they are doing okay with lab grown, and it's going to move further.
Then the last part is about the third party sustainability certificate, which he is also an expert in that domain. So tell us your views.
So
Whether SCS Global or Positive Luxury, or these are basically the two active certifying agencies.
right. So basically, lab grown as a different segment compared to the natural diamonds is going to have its sustainability and is going to last forever, like I said. So all these basically, of course, more authenticity or more clarifications, details, or more education on it will always help. So the more seminars, the more different kind of awareness we give to the industry and marketing, it's going to be accepted all over the world in a very large level, like where I started from. That is going to be almost 12 to 15% of the world population are going to wear these diamonds.
Yeah, I get that, sir. What I'm trying to say, like for example, this category needs a differentiation. Already things have started in such a manner. Then made in India, made in US. If you see CVD, US is not too far behind. You see in percentage terms, of course, China is the leader, followed by India 15%, but US is not too far behind. It is only 13%.
Yeah.
So, and in US also, people are willing to pay because consumers want that traceability element. So, what I understand that traceability and where the origin of the diamond up to the end-to-end journey, that is gaining more importance. So, some of the people are saying that maybe another 4-5 years this third-party certification might become mandatory. So, as far as we are talking about the Indian growers, there are 4 companies, only 4 so far, who have got the SCS Global certification. One is of course Mahindra Brothers. Then you have HK. Then there is ABD Diamonds in Ahmedabad and Smiling Works. So that is going to gain momentum. So are you also have plans to go into?
For sure. By next year probably we'll be there. We're already discussing that, and probably by next year we'll be there.
So friends, I hope you loved the episode where we have had a conversation with Tony Bhai. So if you have liked the first episode, I would request you to share it with your friends, colleagues, industry associates. We would also like you to support our initiative. Please subscribe to our magazine. Think of supporting us by way of sponsorships, advertisements. Most importantly, share your stories with us. Here's my number and email ID. Do reach out to me. Looking forward to having an ongoing conversation with you. Thank you.